Yo, whether you believe it or not, it is a fact. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, hey, we're going to get into it. And I will put enmity between you and the woman. This is Genesis chapter 3. We are starting with verse 15. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. Now remember, at this time, allegedly Eve was getting in trouble for having dealt with the serpent, right? And it is believed that the word serpent back in the day actually meant dragon. Now, a lot of people ask, well, was a snake talking? How many movies do you see of dragons talking? How many movies do we see where dragons can talk? I'm just saying. So you have that, right? And then verse 16. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Now, I'm opening this whole thing up for conversation back and forth, right? I think that the husband shall have rule over you thing was because, relationship wise, they both got out of line. I think that's what ended up causing that, right? Because it says it right here. Because of what she did, her desire shall only be for her husband. What else was her desire for? Right? Because before the fall, before they both messed up and gained that extra knowledge, which the Most High said, don't touch. A lot of people getting their feelings about it. Well, why did he put it there? Don't touch mean don't touch. Why does anybody care why it was there? You get what I'm saying? I heard a pastor say it, and he said it best. He said he was going through all these theological and philosophical questions with the Most High about why was the tree there, and the Most High was like, "Cause I'll put it there. I created the whole earth. If I want to put something there, I'm gonna put something there." Right? Then he gave an analogy, which I thought was great. Then we're gonna get back into it. He said, that'd be the equivalent of a parent putting $100 bill on a table, right? Their home, their money, whatever they want to do with it. The child comes home, sees the money, takes the money, spends the money. The parent gets upset because what did you do with the money that I left right here? The child tells the parent, how dare you leave this money right here to tempt me? You see how ridiculous that sounds. Now, back into it. Then he said to Adam, because you have heeded the voice of your wife and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying you shall not eat of it, cursed is the ground for your sake. Right? We're going to stop right there. Because he heeded the voice of his wife. He didn't pay attention to the Most High. He ignored that and fell because of it. Message. Didn't Solomon do the same thing? Didn't heed the voice of the Most High. Paid attention to the gods of his wives. Fell because of it, right? I think that was David. I could be wrong. But the guy who saw the woman on the rooftop bathing and then took her husband and it put him on the front lines of war and had everybody else step back just so he could have his wife. I think her name was Bathsheba. It's been a long time since I read that story, but I'm a revamp. But yeah, now you see why when it says that the husband when he gets married to the wife, he's supposed to follow Christ and she's supposed to follow him, because it didn't happen right here. It wasn't like that originally. They both followed, or they were supposed to. Something got mixed up. Now, so far, we got draconian seed, because you see right here between his seed and your seed, right? People talking about reptilian DNA, yada, yada, yada. Anunnaki guys, draconians, blah, blah, blah. It's all right there. Because a creature in the garden's name was Gadriel. It wasn't, Lucifer. Hashatan. Different creature altogether. Now, going back to 17. Then to Adam he said, because you have heeded the voice of your wife and have eaten from the tree of which I have commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it, cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat of it all of the days of your life. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return. So, you see that there are two primary curses that fell upon man and woman. Man's curse was he was going to have to work. Everything that he was doing was now going to give him problems, because he didn't take care of his responsibility and keep an eye on her. He got so caught up in his work, whatever it was that he was doing, he neglected her and suffered because of it. She wasn't paying attention to him, so she ended up getting dragged away by another entity that smashed her. That's where you get Cain and Abel, one born of God's seed, one born of demon seed. Now, I said all of that. It's a whole lot wrapped up in there, so this is going to be part one, just one of the things that I'm going to pick out of this. Whatever it is that y'all like in this video, y'all can dig into. We can talk about it in the comments, questions, everything, right? Now, I said that to say this. The curse that fell upon woman was she was going to have travailing in childbirth, and she was going to have pains. As far as we know, that's a period, and possibly not making it through the childbirthing process and dealing with excruciating levels of pain, right? The man got cursed, like I stated before, where he got pushed back for everything he was doing, all of the work, everything. No matter how hard he works, he's going to have to work harder, right? So I said that to bring this up to modern day. We need to have more grace for one another. For real. Women have to understand that all of the work a man puts in is not to be taken lightly. It's not. Ever. Any man who you know, because the curse that fell upon man was he gonna have to work extra hard now. It was just given to him. He messed up. Now he got to work extra hard. This is on all men, God-fearing or not. So please have some grace. Men, realize that these women who are having these babies and what you are putting them through while getting them pregnant and just trying to get up in that thing and have some fun. No. You're putting them through extra parts of the curse, which is crazy because that falls on the man again. Then it falls on the women. Y'all got to be careful with all this. Don't pull out. Stop being crazy. You never had a child before. It's not what you think. You never had an entity on the inside of you pulling from what you already have, pulling from your blood, pulling from your bone. You never had that. You don't know what that's like. You don't. And then all of the change of hormones, and then quite possible postpartum depression once everything is over. And it's a lot. We got to get back to realizing what this was in the beginning so we can carry forward and do it correctly. So once again, men, we know we have to work like crazy. Accept it. Ladies, understand it. Not to be taken lightly. Men, we know that giving these women these babies, we got to be more responsible. You have to. Because imagine what you putting them through. Some of them don't even make it. We're going to have to get real. That's just two of them. Two of the things so far. We're going to get into the rest as time goes on.